Now then, here we go. Dan Wooton. We've got an update on what happened last year when the Byline Times did a series of hit jobs on him. You may remember I did cover it. Now, at the time, I did say that I felt that the Byline Times were literally making stuff up. Their evidence was thin, to say the least. And people were jumping on him saying he's as bad as Philip Schofield, he's bad as Hugh. And I said at the time, and I still stand by this now, no, he's not. But if he was proven to be wrong, if Dan Wooton was proven to be wrong, obviously I would have come out and say, this is a wrong un, I was wrong. But looking at today's headlines, The Guardian have issued a grovelling apology to Dan Wooton. So I'm just going to read this out. It says, an article headlined, Police Investigating Allegations Dan Wooton Solicited Explicit Images, was published on our website on the 2nd of October 2023, with a print version in a late edition the next day, and removed on the 3rd of October following complaints from lawyers acting for Dan Wooton. We apologise to Mr. Wooton for the article. Last week, the Met Police and Police Scotland said they had concluded their investigations and are taking no further action. Mr. Wooton has restated that the police inquiries have exonerated him of any criminal wrongdoing. The Guardian has paid a contribution to Mr. Wooton's costs. Now, Dan Wooton, he lost his job at GB News. Well, he was being suspended. I reckon he'll probably come back. I hope he does. Now, it wasn't for that. It was for his partaking in the Lawrence Fox debacle, which personally, and I said this at the time, it was Lawrence Fox that said it, you know. Dan Wooton sniggered. How often do we snigger at things that people say that may or may not be a bit off the cuff? I know I've done it. So Lawrence Fox was the one that said it, and I feel that Lawrence Fox set him up for failure because he then threw him under the bus. But anyway, regardless, this isn't about that. Dan Wooton has been vindicated here that he didn't do any of this. And what really got me was, let's just take an example of Russell Brand. Now, when Russell Brand did what they said, they bombarded the guy, literally dragging up all his exes and digging. If there was anything in Dan Wooton's closet, they would have dug it up. And I know a lot of people don't like Dan Wooton, and that's okay. But if you dislike someone just because you dislike them and how they've treated people in the past, doesn't make them a criminal. So people were using the hatred of Dan Wooton to justify these articles in the Byline Times and the Guardian, both far left, in my opinion, extremist, left, woke newspapers. The Byline Times supported Hugh Edwards. Why is that? So Dan Wooton's been cleared, and he's also had an apology from the Guardian, some of his costs covered. I hope he comes back to GB News. I did enjoy his show on GB News. I know I've not been a big fan of him in the past for some of the things that Dan Wooton has said and done, but he has apologised for his past mistakes, and I respect him for that. And I also respect him for not marrying a woman and pretending to be something that he's not so he can get close to young boys, because that's how it feels to me that Hugh and Philip did. That's just my opinion. So for now, unless anything else comes out, Dan Wooton has been vindicated. And will people that said he was guilty come forward and apologise to him? Probably not. Anyway, let's hope he comes back on GB News. That's just my opinion. You can disagree. That's fine. Let me know in the comment section what you're thinking. But I really wanted to put this video out. Let me know what you think, and I'll see you all in the next one. Take care. Bye-bye.